pretense has its side effects. Pretense has its consequences. And when you pretend, sometimes you're not quite sure who you're pretending for, who's observing you, and where to draw the line. So today, I'm going to give you reasons why you should not pretend. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Inspire Central. Hello, fellow Inspirers. Welcome to another edition of Inspire Central. It's me, your girl again, Monica, the Chief Inspirer herself. Thank you for joining me again today. My topic for today is why you should not pretend. You know that thing where you wear a mask and you just act like, okay, what do these people want? Whatever it is they want, I will morph into that, I will change, I will twist, I will turn, I will blend in. And you're blending in everywhere like a chameleon. Well, that may have worked for you in the past, but I'm going to give you reasons why you should not pretend. Because pretense has its side effects. Pretense has its consequences. And when you pretend, sometimes you're not quite sure who you're pretending for, who's observing you, and where to draw the line. So today, I'm going to give you reasons why you should not pretend. The first reason why you should not pretend is that people do not get to know the real you. When you have pretended for so long, people do not know who you are because you get to one place, you observe the people, you watch them, and you see how they're acting, and then you conform, and then you morph, and then you shift, and then you adjust, and you blend into whatever it is that they need in that environment. Unfortunately, what pertains in this environment does not pertain in the next environment. So when you get to the next environment, you have to shift, you have to adjust, you have to blend in, you have to change, you have to keep moving, you have to keep being whatever it is the people in this next environment need you to be or who they are. So that means that people in the first place know you to be a certain way, but these next people know you to be a different way. And so there is no similarity. They are not quite sure who you are. You are one person in this area, you are another person in the other area, and people do not quite get to know who you are. Who are you really? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Who exactly are you? We are not quite sure because you're always shifting, shaping, adjusting, shape-shifting, and we can't tell who you are. So when you pretend, you keep wearing a mask and people do not really get to know the real you. They cannot quite put a finger on exactly who you are. They cannot tell who you are. And one side effect of not being able to tell who you are is that they do not know what you bring to the table. They do not know. When you are trying to blend in with the actors in this side, and you're trying to act like an actor, you get to the next place and you're trying to be an engineer. We are not sure. Are you an actor or do you have engineering skills? What really is it that you bring to the table? People cannot quite say what you bring to the table. People cannot really predict you. People cannot really say what your values are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, because you are morphing, because you're changing, because you are always camouflaging. The more you pretend, the more you camouflage, the more difficult it is for people to really assess your strengths, to really predict you, and to really understand what you bring to the table. So, if you want people to really get to know you, if you want people to know what you bring to the table, you have to be the real you. You have to stop wearing that mask. You have to stop pretending. You have to stop wearing a camouflage. You have to present yourself as you really are. Like, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm standing on it. So if you keep pretending like that, people will not know you. People will not know you. People will never know the real you. Some people will say she's like this, other people will say she's like that, and then there is no similarity, there is no meeting point. They are not quite sure. Actually, those are different versions of you. So what is the real version of you? Who is the real you? What do you bring to the table? People may never know if you keep pretending. So that is one of the downsides of pretending and being a pretender, camouflaging and wearing masks. The second consequence or downside or disadvantage of wearing masks or being a pretender is that pretending can be tiring. Don't you get tired of shape-shifting, of morphing, of camouflaging, of changing, of adjusting and readjusting to fit into every mold that you find around you? Does it not tire you out? Does it not drain you? It must be draining. Sometimes you would even start to forget exactly who you said you were to this person. Oh, hold on, was I the engineer? Oh, hold on, was I the lawyer? Oh, am I the journalist? What am I here? What am I here? What do they need me to be? And then you start to worry. You start to rack your brain. And you're not quite sure what you are. You're not quite sure who you are. It is draining. It is tiring. To have to put up a front all the time must be exhausting. It takes a mental toll on you. It takes an emotional toll on you. And sometimes, does it not affect your mental health? Where you're not sure who you are? That must be really tiring. That must be really draining. So you have to pick a personality. You have to stick to the real you. Who are you? Honestly, who are you? Stick to who you are. Let the real you come to the surface. Stop putting up those fronts because it is taking an emotional toll on you. It's taking a toll on your finances. Because in order to blend in, if you want to blend in with the rich people, you're going to have to spend money to look like you're rich. I'm telling you, it is exhausting. It is tiring your pocket. It is tiring your mind. It is tiring your body. So stop giving yourself that stress. It is too much stress. When you are the real you, when you're your real self, then you can be yourself anytime, any day, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to say, so how do I act here? You don't have to pretend. You can be the real you, and you do not even need to think. You don't need to think. You don't need to ponder. You don't need to adjust. You just present yourself as you are. You just show people who you are. Present yourself as the original you. So that is one of the downsides of pretending. It is tasking, it is draining, it is tiring, and it is also affecting your finances. It's affecting your finances. So you have to stop it. You have to stop it. There's really no gain. It is just so exhausting. Don't you just get tired and say, when you're no longer in the presence of those people you're pretending for? Don't you just get tired? Don't you just get tired and exhale when you're no longer with those people you're putting up a front for? So that is one of the downsides of pretending. You get really tired playing different roles and being a different person to different people. Have you ever heard about the business phrase, know, like, and trust? KLT for short. It is a business principle that says that before people can buy whatever it is you're selling, they have to know you. And when they know you, then they can like you. And when they like you, then they can trust you. So the process is know, like, and trust, meaning that they must first know you. How do people know you? It is when you show them who you are. It is by being consistent. It is by being true to your character. It is by being on brand. So this principle works not just for businesses. It also works for day-to-day human relationships. It also works for building relationships, whatever kind of relationship you're building, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's romantic, whether it's official, what kind of relationship you're building, it doesn't quite matter. But there must be a process of know, like, and trust. And that is why when you meet somebody for the first time, you don't know them. You don't have an opinion about them. You don't know if you like them. And sometimes too, you don't know if you dislike them. That is, if you're not one of those people who are quick to jump into conclusions about people they have just met. And so because you don't know them, you get to know them. You try to get to know them. You do this by asking questions. You get to know the person. You ask these questions, the person answers, you exchange information about each other, and that is how you get to know the person. And when you get to know this person, then you can start to like the person. Then you can say, this person is an acquaintance I'm getting to know. I think I like him. I think I like her. And then you start to develop the relationship. And as you develop the relationship and you keep building and building the relationship, you get to find out if that person is consistent. You get to find out if the person does what he says he will do. You get to find out if what the person said yesterday is the same thing that the person is saying today. If that person is trustworthy, if that person is reliable, if the person is dependable, and then you get to trust the person. You don't trust somebody that you don't know. It is difficult to trust somebody that you don't know, because then it will be called blind trust. You don't trust any random stranger on the road. The same way you would not hand your bag to somebody you just meet on the road and say, hold this for me, and that bag has valuables. You will not do that. No sane person will do that. So you do not trust people that you do not know. In that same way, if people don't know you because you are always putting up camouflages, because you are always appearing in different ways to different people, they cannot trust you. If you want people to trust you, you have to be consistent. You have to be the same person. You have to be predictable. You have to be somebody that they can say they really, really know, and that they really trust, and that they can depend on, because you have shown that you have character. You have shown that you can be vulnerable, and they can truly know you for who you are. So when you are pretending, nobody quite gets to know you. They just watch the person that you say that you are. And over time, trust me, they will observe that you're inconsistent. Over time, they will start to see the lapses. They will start to see the inconsistency. They will start to see that you're unreliable. And once they see that your character is not steady, once they see that you are one thing today and another thing tomorrow, they will not trust you. And when they don't trust you, they cannot depend on you for different things. They cannot give you a project. They cannot give you a job. They cannot recommend you for anything because they do not really know you. So, in order for you to start building trust today, you need to take off that mask. Stop pretending. Stop putting up a front. Stop acting. Stop being the unreal you. It is time for you to be your real self. It is time for you to show us who you really are. Put up your real face. Be yourself. Act yourself. Present yourself in your real character so that people can get to know you. And when they get to know you, they can like you, truly like you for who you are, and then they can trust you. The reason why many people pretend is that they do not think that people will like the real them. You are pretending because you believe that when people get to know who you really are, they will not like you. But then, what have you got to lose? If you keep acting like this, nobody gets to know the real you. And even when they get to know the real you, you may discover that they even like that person that is underneath the mask. That person underneath the camouflage may be so lovable, but then you are thinking they will not like me if they get to know me. Let people get to know you. Let them see the real you. Let them see what you have to offer. Those that will like you, and those who will never like you, well, it's their loss, don't you think? It is their loss. So stop pretending. Stop wearing camouflages. Stop being a chameleon. Stop pretending. Stop acting. Be yourself. Be the real you, and watch as people who will like you will get drawn to you. People who will love you for you, people who will like you for the real you, will be drawn to you. you will find your own tribe. Your own tribe will find you, and you will synchronize. You will be in harmony with them. You do not need to put up an act. You do not need to pretend for people who are your tribe. So now is the time to take off the mask. Just take it off. Yank it off. Throw it away. Throw away that mask. You don't need it. Be your real self. If you want to build trust today, if you want to build relationships that are real, if you want to build lasting, long-lasting relationships, take off your mask. Be the real you, so that those who like the real you can find you, so that your tribe can find you, and you can build and sustain relationships with people who value you for who you truly are. Okay, so I hope you have learned something new today. Please tell me what you have learned today. Drop your comments in the comment section and tell me if you're going to take off that mask. Tell me why you've been wearing the mask. Share with me what you have gained from wearing that mask. Let's see, are there advantages to wearing a mask? Are there advantages to pretending and blending in? Let's see. But still, we are hoping that you take off the mask. So share with us in the comment section. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you have learned. Tell us about your experience with pretending. How has it been? Tell us of pretenders that you have experienced, that you have come across, that you have met, and how the mask fell off and you got to see the people beneath the mask. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That is your way of supporting me. Please subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to click the notification button so you will know as soon as I update. Please do not forget to like and share my videos. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, dear fellow inspirers. I hope you have been inspired. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much. Inspira Central. Inspira Central.